Welcome back all. I hope you can hear me. We are going to move in our second half of our Green Chemistry Connection. So I would like to say again, the higher ed team is here. If you haven't gotten a chance to meet them, myself, I'm Natalie O'Neill. We have Higher Education Program Nimrat Obi and also Dr. Juliana Vidal. If you are just tuning in or haven't had a chance to meet us, please know that we are here all the time to interact with our higher education community, here meaning in the virtual world and also over on the Green Chemistry Teaching and Learning community. And what we do in terms of support in the higher ed world is we support the Green Chemistry Commitment Program, which is a institutional commitment to bringing green chemistry into the curriculum on a time frame that works for the institution. Each institution is so unique in its atmosphere, the resources that it has, where it's located, what the students need, what the workforce development looks like that is needed. And so we recognize that and welcome signers in any capacity that they are currently at or want to work towards bringing green chemistry into their curriculum. So this commitment is free, open for all to join. And it is currently celebrating its 10th year. I needed to update this slide and I didn't get the number here. We are constantly getting new signers. And so I also just want to plug that our Green Chemistry Commitment Program is sponsored by many industry founders. And so I mentioned workforce development. Industry realizes and wants to use green chemistry to create the products and processes that are around us every day. And so the role is clear for green chemistry and what it needs to play in industry. The problem is that our education is lagging behind. And so getting it into the curriculum as fast as possible so that they don't need to retrain the workforce as they come in and create our products and processes is truly what the industry is striving for. And so they support the Green Chemistry Commitment Program because it is a two-way support that the institution is working towards bringing in green chemistry through professional development and grant opportunities for faculty members. All of those things are what is going to help support bringing green chemistry in, and we recognize that, and that's the support we have through the commitment program. From the institutional side, what we ask is that, again, that you work on that progress, that timeline of what does a journey look like. But we do ask an annual survey of questions of where are you in implementing green chemistry, what courses, all of that type of information to help us gauge how to best support the implementation and also the expansion of green chemistry into the curriculum at institutions globally. So those numbers of where we are today in terms of the green chemistry commitment, and that means as of today, before I stepped into this meeting, this is always constantly changing. We have 143 signers globally. This is the largest year we've ever had, with 35 signers coming in so far this year. And so we're really excited that this program has seen such growth. And we welcome everyone to join us in this program because it's truly unique in the way that each institution brings in green chemistry. And so we invite you to check out the case studies on our green chemistry commitment signers. They are also over in the GCTLC, and so you can check out their profiles over there as well. I do want to highlight that we do have Dow academic partners and also grant winners, so we call them Green Chemistry Education Challenge Award winners, that we have spotlighted in our news story. And if you're reading our newsletter, if you haven't read our newsletter or checked out our newsletter, do check your junk folder for our newsletter and then make sure you put us as a priority of going into your inbox. We know that academic institutions have higher kind of lockdowns on their inboxes, so making sure that you want this news from us, put it on the rules, if you will, of your inbox to get to your inbox, because we want to be sharing with you all the great stuff that's going on at these institutions. But we have news about our grant winners here that just went out in our newsletter again today, but you can find them as well on our website under the news section. And I mentioned that we send out a yearly questionnaire to our GCC signers, and then we write a report about it. And so this year's report, or last year's year's report is now out, right? So last year's academic year of 2022-2023, the summary report is out, and you can access that on our website as well. I don't know, Nim, if you want to say some things about the questionnaire and audit in terms of data, just quickly, since this was your baby, if you will, in terms of the community did a wonderful response, but it was also Nim who did a lot of the work here in terms of the data. So I'll stop there, Nim.
Yeah, so this was really, really tremendously exciting. 98 of our signers responded to this. And in terms of the data, basically most of you are implementing green chemistry into your institutions in really new and creative ways. You're collaborating with other departments. That's what you told us. A lot of you have courses, and student engagement and student support is really high through this program. So those were just sort of some of the greatest hits from the audit summary, but please do read this document and know that this is your opportunity every year to sort of provide us that feedback. And so the next audit report that we are going to ask the green chemistry commitment signers to complete will open in the spring. So stay tuned.
Awesome. Thanks, Nim. I do want to plug one thing that I'm actively involved in, and then I don't believe she's here on the call, but Deborah Broomfield-Lee, who will be actively engaging people with me over in the GCTLC around an Intro to Green Chemistry on-demand certificate course for faculty members that Beyond Benign is currently working towards with the support of Deborah, and we invite you to contribute content, let us know directions, all of those types of things, because we're in development once again, and this is something that we plan to pilot come mid to late 2024, so something to just keep in mind in terms of opportunities to come with Beyond Benign. On that, I'm going to hand it back over to you, Nim, to talk about our MSI initiative and what that means.
Thanks, Natalie. So as part of the Green Chemistry Commitment Program, we do have dedicated funding and support for minority serving institutions, which are those higher education institutions in the states that do serve minority students. And so we do have 3 objectives to this program in partnering with MSIs and growing our MSI signer community, and really trying to focus on building inclusive and diverse community spaces for MSI community members, and then also engaging with students too. And you can see here at the bottom of the screen, these are some of the benefits that we do offer as part of this program. So if you are a GCC signer who is a minority serving institution, please know that you have access to all of these things. And then actually on the next slide, this is a nice segue to talk about the current grant opportunities that we are offering. And so we are offering grants at 2 different levels. The first one is open to any green chemistry commitment signer. It's sponsored by Millipore Sigma. So you can apply to this deadline, or sorry, to this grant whenever you want. We will be doing the first review on October 31st, but you can still apply after that October 31st deadline. And then the second grant that we are offering that does have a hard deadline is part of the MSI Initiative, and that is for $10,000, and those close on October 31st at midnight Pacific time. So please, please, please do get your applications in. You can actually access the application form just directly from our website, and if you have any questions at all about the application process or about how the grants are administered, please just shoot me an email. And I will also say that on the GCTLC, we have some threads in the higher education forum spaces where I've been posting about grants. So you can always feel free to engage there too. And I'll catch wherever your questions are, whether they're over email or if they're on the forum. But please do apply to this, and we would love to be able to fund your work. Oh, sorry. I will also add, thank you so much to our past and present sponsors for being able to actually support these Green Chemistry Education Challenge Awards. This makes it possible for us to be able to fund green chemistry initiatives that are happening directly at your institutions and through our signer community. So just a shout out to all these really cool industry folks who are supporting these projects.